swaps in 2028 and 2030, sources telling ESPN's Shams Charania. Kessler will sign a massive 4-year, $130 million deal with the Lakers. Windy, we were just talking about how restricted free agents don't usually sign offer sheets with new teams. First time that that's happened since Bogdanovich in 2020. Your reaction to this news?
This is a very significant development and a home run for the Lakers, because even though it cost them these 2 first-round picks, getting Walker Kessler is exactly the type of player that they needed to put alongside and behind Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. And you say massive. If that contract number is accurate, that's not too bad. That is not anywhere near a max contract. That is about, unless my math is wrong here, I'm just going to check it to make sure that I'm not crazy. $32.5 million is a reasonable number for Walker Kessler. That is not, as I'm reacting in real time here, I do not see that as an overpay. Like, if you'd had to give him $45 million in an offer sheet, yeah, that's very interesting. It also gives the Jazz some ammunition to go out and do some other things that we'll talk about later. This is what the Lakers needed so bad. They had to come out of this offseason with the center, and they've done so. This is arguably one of the best, they've coveted him for a year. They've wanted this guy. They've tried to trade for him multiple times before. They've targeted him. This is absolutely smacking it. Now, he's coming off a year where he missed the whole year with injury, had to have shoulder surgery, but big body, 7'2", rim rolling threat, defend the rim. Absolutely love this move for the Lakers, and I'm not devastated by the price, either in dollars or I know the picks are going to hurt a little bit, but feel pretty good. And the Lakers will still have the salary cap space to make a couple more signings. Big step forward for LA here.
Yeah, it signals a number of things for me. One, I said hope is not a strategy. Apparently the Lakers had a little bit more than hope, right? But $32.5 million for a player who lob threat, defensive center, somebody that can play alongside Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, huge. As long as he is past this torn labrum situation that limited him to 5 games this season, yeah, the draft picks are going to hurt. Subsequently, this also takes a potential suitor away from Jalen Duren in free agency of a player who you're going to have to sign a max contract offer sheet to. And it sets a market of $32.5 million for what a going rate for what the center market could look like. So this could be a domino effect, but it also shows you that is one of the main things that the Lakers needed. They needed to go get a rim running center who could also defend. Big critical signing.
Wendy, get back in here. I see your hand.
You break in. I have a more complete understanding. And 2 first-round pick swaps in 28 and 30. Okay. Now I'm processing this a little bit more differently. So I still like it. I still like it for the Lakers. Big time price. So that basically the Lakers have trading their entire draft control from 28, well, not their entire, but 28, 30, 31, and 33. So let me just, and I apologize, I'm just reacting in real time. So basically what the Jazz are doing here is they're acquiring 2 picks in what they think will be post Luka Doncic prime years, unprotected. So, that's right there. It's a little prickly. I'm not going to just feel too great about that, but okay, I think they get this center. The pick swaps, 28 you're not so worried about, 30 I don't know. So this is a pretty big draft haul for the Jazz. I'm now having when I first heard it, I was not sure why the Jazz did it. I now feel a little bit with more clarity. This is a very big price. They're paying a big price. The one thing I'll just say is, because the salary isn't wild, I feel okay about it. But boy, that's 4 big draft assets. That's a lot, Courtney.
Yeah, Danny Ainge is leaving out here with something. That's what we know about him and that squad. Like, this is your core now. This is Luka, Austin Reeves, Walker Kessler. This is the Lakers core that you're talking about. This is why you move on from LeBron James and you say, this is how we're going to fill out this roster. Now you got to figure out what to put around this, because if you're Pelinka and you're that front office, you have visions of a championship parade and a float with Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and Kessler there, and because you have mortgaged the picks to get this.
The picks extend beyond the life of the contract.
Yeah, beyond that. This is a lot for the Lakers.
Way beyond.
Way beyond. Now you got to figure out how to make it work.
Look at us manifesting things. I mentioned Mitchell Robinson. We come back after a break. He ends up going to the Boston Celtics. We say RFAs don't go anywhere else. And now Walker Kessler is on the move to the Los Angeles Lakers. But don't go anywhere, because we have an A-list
to do next. He's no longer their scapegoat.
Yeah, I think there's some pressure there. I don't think it's immediate as this year is going to get crazy. I think if they don't make some steps and show some strides toward getting things right for them, but I don't think it's like 9-1-1 right now this season. I think they'll have this season and moving forward to make some progress. But I think definitely if not this year, after next year, it's going to be the intensity is going to be turned up on trying to get Luka to what he needs.
Vince Goodwill, Luka's now officially the face of the Lakers. So what do they need to do moving forward this summer to really get this thing in gear? Got to be a lot of pressure in the organization.
Yeah, but I think you have the timeline of knowing that you have a little bit of time. Like, if you go and rush to make moves just to fulfill something this year, you wind up setting yourself back. You still have DeAndre Ayton, who opted into his deal. He's not the ideal opter, but he's someone who's there. Finding wing help. Marcus Smart just signed with the Houston Rockets, but you have to find an ideal lob threat for the future. If nothing else, you saw what happened with the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
When you gave him lob threats, you gave him wings who could defend, and another shot creator in Kyrie Irving, you got to the NBA Finals. There is a blueprint. It's just a matter of how much pressure Luka's going to put on the Lakers to do it right now.
It's an excellent point. You don't want to jam yourself up early with a panic move, because that can end up sidelining you for years to come, as we've seen before. Windy, slide back in here. The Lakers might have some time to put something together. What are you hearing? Because the focus right now is what's next for LeBron. A lot of people are going to start asking what's next for the Lakers.
Doncic is a top 5 player in the league. They are in his, they have a top 5 player in Luka Doncic. Okay, let's start right there. He is in his prime. They have secured Austin Reeves. He is a borderline all-star. Maybe without LeBron there, he will become an all-star. They are in Los Angeles. They have some draft picks that they can trade. They're not in a desperate situation. However, in the Western Conference, and with those two guys as your core players, you need rim protection. This is a grade school basketball coach would be able to identify this in 5 seconds. The challenge is, how do you get that player? And that is where they have a little bit of pressure. The two guys who fit that role right now are Walker Kessler and Jalen Duren, two guys that they met with yesterday. Here's the complication. They are restricted free agents, which means their team, the Jazz and Pistons, can match. The only way I think you have any hope of getting them out of those two places is to give either of them a max offer sheet. Pay them